Good morning and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm Emma Watson.
And I'm Zach Galumgum. It's the clash of classes this week, and today is country versus country club.
Juniors and seniors, bring anything but a backpack tomorrow. Freshmen and sophomores, wear anything but a jacket tomorrow. There's no school on Thursday because of Veterans Day, and wear your class colors on Friday.
Traditionally, rallies have been held in the Moeller Gym. This year, student government has moved them to Hanson Field. We go to Landon Marroquin with more on the story.
Rallies normally would be held inside of the Moeller Gym. The last rally to be held there was on the first day of school. Other than that, rallies have been held outside on the Hanson Field. The Student Government Rally Chair, Elena Esparza, thinks that rallies would be held outside until further notice.
That in place for?
I think for now they'll be outside until guidelines change, but I don't think they'll stay outside forever.
The only difference Esparza noticed was the energy compared to rallies being in the Moeller Gym versus being held on Hanson Field.
Well, the first day of school rally was supposed to be outside, but it was too hot, and so they had to move it inside. But from the very beginning, when I had to start planning it over the summer, it was supposed to be outside.
The Clash of Classes rally is this Friday after 4th period. And now we go over to Joseph Bianchini with sports.
Good morning. Welcome to this Tuesday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Joseph Bianchini. Roseville has moved on to round 2. The football team beat Grace Davis High 33-21 on Friday night. Roseville's run game had a dominant performance led by Ricky Bastinelli, who ran for 141 and 4 touchdowns, and Gabe Norris, who ran for 101 touchdown. Norris also added 10 tackles. Roseville was clearly the better team in this game. After they took the lead early in the second quarter, they just never gave it back. But hey, let's congratulate Grace Davis. They only lost to a team by 12 points in a higher division than them. When your first loss comes all year, you got to look for moral victories, right?
Last game, I think it went really well. I think we executed every time we needed to. A couple times there was broken plays, but I think we did all right. We won, came out with a W.
Switching gears to cross country, they had subsections on Saturday, and it's safe to say they did pretty well. The varsity boys qualified for sections, getting 10th out of 10 possible qualifying teams, beating out Consumnes Oaks for that final spot by 1 point. Alex Vigil got 7th out of 186 runners in the Division II 3-mile, which was really the key factor in the varsity boys qualifying. This is the first time a Roseville cross-country team has qualified for sections since 2013. Additionally, freshman Grace Phillips qualified individually, placing 21st out of 159 runners in the Frost-Soft 2-mile. It was a great meet for the Tigers.
It's honestly really it's emotional but awesome as well, because it's last year for the seniors, so it's a team effort to get them to sections maybe the first time, and we all worked hard. We all PR'd by 20 seconds, and we're in 15th, 17th place, and we went to 10th, so it was huge.
Typically we would look at the game schedule, but with fall sports about to end, there is really not much to look at this week. The football team goes to Oakdale to play potentially the best team they have played all year in round 2 of the playoffs. We'll give you guys a preview of that game on Friday. And of course, select cross-country runners are running in sections this Saturday. It's a huge week. And that's all on your home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. I, the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Joseph. Marvel's Eternals had its opening night last Thursday, November 4th, and against all expectations, it met great success. Critics reviewing the movie said it was unlike any other MCU film, and that it was, in general, a pretty terrible movie. Now that opening weekend is over, however, it is clear that the critics were just straight up wrong. The movie was really good, and is nigh guaranteed to be a success, with audience ratings of around 80% and box office sales of $160 million in just these first few days. The movie is a lot of things. It has some classic funny scenes that are so common in Marvel movies, as well as many serious scenes that tug at your heartstrings. Of course, no movie is perfect, and there were a number of small things that I found a little strange or confusing, but overall, it was great. And the in-credit scenes, the hallmark of nearly every Marvel movie, well, I won't spoil the surprise, but I am really looking forward to the future of the MCU. If you haven't seen Eternals yet, make sure to check it out. I don't think you'll regret it. In other entertainment news, the live-action Clifford the Big Red Dog movie opens tomorrow. Ghostbusters Afterlife releases November 19th, and the newest Resident Evil movie, Welcome to Raccoon City, is releasing November 24th. And now we go back to news.
Thanks, Connor. RHS campus has had a visitor return to the portables. We go to Jacob Villalpando with more.
Over the past few years at Roseville High School, there has been a cat that has begun to wander around the portables. Not much was known about whose cat this was at first, but over the years, students have found out a little bit more.
Bear, for all we know, lives across the street from the alley. He's been coming and going for probably about 4 years, so we've had students who've known him since they were freshmen. So he just showed up one day, and we were talking about restaurants, Black Bear Diner, and Bear. So we just decided to call him Bear. We don't know what his real name is, though.
Freshman Anthony McFarland was one of the first to discover the cat this year.
It just showed up in our class, and I was like, oh, a cat, wow. Everyone freaked out.
Bear has become a small help to the class, and Miss Galumgum has noticed that many students find comfort in his presence.
The kids love him. He has a calming effect for a lot of my students. A lot of my students look forward to seeing him, and when they don't see him, they miss him.
Freshman Sophia Crandall has also noticed that the cat has had a positive impact on the class.
It's pretty helpful, yeah. It just makes the class more comfortable to be in, and it definitely makes the class a more cheerful environment.
That's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we are always on at eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.